COVID 5. It is this framework, whatever we see on the screen right now, in terms of the governance and the management aspects. It can be used as a tool for the implementation. Clear cut, very crisp. So in terms of implementation, yeah, this is the principle 4 and 5 to a large extent has actually tried to instigate a thought process in terms of how we are going to implement them. So it gives a clear, if you go back to the slides here, in terms of the governance, the management, the specific activities rather, I could put it across like. Now we try and understand the road ahead. So in terms of actually going ahead and implementing the COVID 5 governance framework. So every enterprise needs to have or design its own implementation plan or a roadmap. It has to take into consideration the ethics, the cultures, any applicable laws, regulatories, the policies, practices, specific management styles, how effective are our risk management controls, the capabilities, what capabilities and the available resources, and are there any industry practices. So these are things to consider in terms of an enterprise, the enterprise context, in terms of end-to-end. There are certain success factors for implementing. Of course, top management has to provide the direction, set the mandate for the initiatives. All parties supporting governance and management processes to really understand the business and IT objectives. We need to ensure effective communication, enablement of necessary changes. Sorry, I could not get it right. We can tailor COVID and any other supporting good practices and standards to fit to our context. That is important. And we need to focus on quick wins and prioritizing most beneficial improvements that are as easiest to implement. So these are some of those very critical success factors for effectively implementing the COVID 5 IT governance framework. And as I said, COVID 5 is a tool in itself. It gives you in a platter how we can actually implement, monitor, and realize the benefits and value out of it. So there's a full life cycle approach. They are in terms of program management, change enablement, and of course the continuous improvement life cycle. So this is a fantastic benefit or aspect in terms of implementation, a full life cycle approach.